You should never commit your Terraform state file or terraform.tfstate. Committing this file to Git or any other kind of version control can be a serious security mistake. If you're unsure of what this file is, well, Terraform keeps track of the resources it manages in a state file called terraform.tfstate. And this file contains a complete snapshot of the real infrastructure, including resource IDs, configuration data, and also sensitive values like access keys, database credentials, and private IPs. And the state in this file is what Terraform uses to plan and apply changes without unintentionally recreating or deleting infrastructure. But so let's go more in depth on why you shouldn't commit this file. And so the first is sensitive information exposure. So imagine you have these two output blocks in your Terraform code. This will result in both of these values being placed inside an output block in the Terraform state file. So let me give you an example. You will see something in your terraform.tfstate file along the lines of this. You'll have an output section with your AWS access key ID and then secret key with the values listed out here. And this is even if you have sensitive true, which I believe this is just for hiding it in the console. And so of course, this data can be easily leaked if the file is pushed to a GitHub repository, public or private. The next thing is committing this file can also lead to conflicts in team environments. So Terraform state is designed to be the source of truth for your infrastructure. So if one developer pulls an outdated state file and applies changes, they might overwrite or delete infrastructure unintentionally. Version control systems like Git aren't designed for this kind of concurrency. Instead, Terraform needs state locking, which Git can't provide. So what to do instead is to use a remote backend. And so what this does is essentially store your state remotely using Terraform's supported backends. For example, right here, we're using S3. What it specifically is doing is it's using S3 to store the state. It's using DynamoDB for locking, basically to avoid race conditions. And then it's using encryption to protect the data. And then finally, of course, you just make sure that you're adding this file, so terraform.tfstate, and backups similar like that to git ignore or whatever your version control file is for ignoring files. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Check out my courses in the description and take it easy.